let's talk about you personally. You have
Sure.
4 boys, and
Yes.
I understand you have a wife who is a Wonder Woman.
She is, absolutely.
Well, she has to catch up with all your work. I'm sure that it's a lot is involved. Talk about them. So 4 boys, probably a lot of sports, a lot of waking up early, driving to soccer games.
Yes, there's a lot involved. So I have Logan is my oldest, 19-year-old. He's a sophomore in college. Wyatt's sophomore in high school. Owen is in 7th grade, and Cole's in 5th grade. And really, it's a lot of questions sometimes. It's like, well, how do you do all that and balance work and involvement with them? And the key is you marry well. And
You marry well.
I've married my wife. She's also a full-time teacher in high school.
Oh.
And but she's really the one that allows us to manage everything that's going on in our home. But yes, very active. We're in the midst of basketball season right now. I actually coach the junior high team for my 13-year-old Owen and Cole, who's in 5th grade. So that takes up a lot of time, but I always try and find ways balancing what I do for a living and then the actual living is really the key. And so I encourage my team as well, if they can be involved in something. I never want someone to miss a Christmas pageant because they thought they had to do something for work. And this was cemented very early in my career, actually, when my oldest son was playing junior high basketball. And I decided not to go to one of his games. It was an away game. And I stayed home instead, and I was doing work or whatever. And then he came home and didn't say anything. And then I heard a call from one of his coaches. And I said, did Logan tell you what happened? And I said, no. Well, he scored his first bucket and ended up being at the very end of the game as the buzzer sounded and everybody was excited for him. And I realized then and there, I missed that. And what I was doing could have probably waited. I could have done it when I got home and nothing would have changed. So I really wanted to make sure that whenever there was an opportunity for me to be part of something that they're doing, that I wanted to be front and center there. And I know that my dad did that for me when I was a kid. I remember him at every single game. And now he's at basically every single one of my kids' games as well. So that's really been an important part, to be active participant in their lives as much as possible, and finding ways to balance that with what I'm doing for work as well.
That was another beautiful story, David.
Thank you.
It's very emotional. That is a really great story.
Good.
I'm very proud of you.
Oh, thank you. All right.
I was not a good mom as far as that concerned. My work was always first, and I regret a lot of it now. Looking back, I ask her for forgiveness every day, my daughter. But she's very successful, and she said, it's okay. You were my role model, how I should be working. And now I have what I have. So
yeah.
I guess in a way it worked.
And there's never an idea of I'm shirking my responsibilities in order to do something else. But to me, my view is your children and your family are your eternal investment. Right? That's what is going to be able to succeed you when this is done. Who knows? In 5 years, no one may ever remember that David Marin rebranded Coldwell Banker, but that's okay. But because if I have my 4 boys and they're able to have productive lives and they feel that they were loved and cared for as part of a good home with the loving parents, to me, that is a greater reward than anything I could produce here.
Absolutely. And trust me, when I missed some of her events, they were not making or breaking the economy of the United States. I could have missed it. I could have done it the day after. So yeah, I greatly appreciate it. And I'm sure your kids do too. And your older one, so what's his major? Is he going to be in marketing?
He's majoring in communications right now. He has shown some interest in marketing, but who knows? Actually, at the end of this year, they do an analysis of your writings, some media elements that you've produced, your presentation skills. And then the school actually does an assessment to say, hey, here's where we see you would be best suited. And communications can range from everything from marketing to journalism to audio, video, or acting in between. But yes, he's doing quite well. So we're pleased with it, and we're curious to see where he ends up doing.
Well, all the best to them.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, and thank you so much, David. I wish all the best to you and to your marketing team, to your family. Obviously, that comes first, and that's what I should preach to my daughter going forward.
Well, it's my pleasure. Thanks so much for having me.
Thank you. All the best. Cheers, everybody.